I just want to take a minute to show you guys this package I got. So I think the company's name is Ikago. That's the box right there. I was excited to try it out because this is something I think will be pretty handy for me, but I didn't want to keep it to myself. I wanted to share it with you guys because I have some really cool deals. So let's unbox this together and we'll talk a little bit more about it. The box is really cool, pretty sturdy too. So this is how it comes. It says enjoy every sip at its best. So this is a coffee mug. Coffee, tea, what your preference is. I have my moments. Sometimes I drink coffee consistently, and then sometimes I just quit drinking coffee and just go with tea for the most part. So here is the cup, very aesthetically pleasing, just a neutral black and white cup, and it looks like warmers or burners on the bottom. It does have a spoon, beautiful, kind of a gunmetal spoon, you can see there. And it has a lid. I was a little concerned with whether or not it had a lid. So now we have the warmer base. So the good thing about this is, depending on how hot you like your beverage, you can always set that temperature right here and your drink stays at that set temperature. So that is all we have in the box. I'm gonna open this manual just to kind of see. It says when it's blue, it's cooler than the set temperature. Green, it's perfect to drink. And red, it's hotter than the set temperature. Just to give you an idea. The reason I agreed to this is because sometimes for events, I'm always so busy running around, setting things up, and I make my cup of coffee or my cup of tea and it gets cold. So this is just a perfect way for me to be able to make my coffee or tea and have it at a set temperature. And whether I'm running around throughout the event center trying to set things up, I can always come back, get a sip of it, put it back down, and it keeps it at that set temperature. Yes, I know there are portable coffee cups that you can use when you go out and about. That I have a few of those, and they don't always last as long as I would want it to last. By the time I'm drinking to a certain point, the coffee is already cold. So this is a really good way if you work in a set location and you have your little station where you can just, what I mean by set location is like if you're not necessarily sharing a space with a lot of people, and even if you were, how portable is this little thing? You just have to take these pieces, and I think I might even take it to my work at the hospital where I can just plug it in, whether it's at my station or my office, and just leave it there in between seeing patients. Then I can come back and my coffee is still warm, drink my cup, refill, change drinks, whatever it is. Then it's pretty portable. So again, the cup has a lid, so you don't have to worry about things getting inside. When I first saw it, I didn't realize it had a lid, and I kept thinking about different ways why it wouldn't be beneficial, because that's just how I think. But they covered all the basics, so make sure you check this out. And towards the end of the whatever video I decide to record, I'll let you know, because I want to test it out to make sure that I like it before I recommend it to you guys. So I'll let you guys know what I think of it. I'm gonna give myself a couple of months to test it out, and they do give you a full year warranty is what I'm seeing now. They are on Instagram, so you can check that out. I'll have all that information linked in the description below. So Let me test this out. I'm gonna plug it in, find a nice spot for it, probably over here on my desk, where I can work, drink my coffee or tea, put it back down, and then it stays warm. So I'm gonna wash that, continue testing it, and I'll let you guys know what I think in a couple of months or so. That way you guys can also get some, and I'll give you the good deals. So thank you for watching. Whatever video I post this on, make sure you watch till the end so I can give you this, how to get the discount codes. This would be an amazing Christmas gift for someone. If you have someone who works at an office or has their desk, or even if you're a stay-at-home mom and you are running around constantly doing things at home and you just want to keep that coffee warm, very nice ceramic coffee cup, perfect. I think I'll let you, I'm already raving about it. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna give it a try and I'll let you guys know. Let's get on with the video. We are continuing from where we left off in the last video I posted. So we have the backdrop now to design for the cake table. Remember last week I posted this video of the backdrop for the main couple table, and it's right there on the right side of the screen. You can see the end of it. Now we're doing a different design with similar color scheme, but this is for the cake table. So I'm putting some panels of navy blue, my 4-way stretch fabric on there, and our base layer, which is this first layer, is going to have just the navy blue and the silver. So then after my 2 panels, we're gonna put some panels of the silver, and this is the glitz silver. So it's a shimmer silver, it's the glitz, so it has a little bit of transparency, not as thick as the heavy duty gold that you've seen me use or champagne you've seen me use in the past. So this is more of a glitz. The glitz has kind of a transparency to it. Once we put that in the middle, then we'll finish off with our 4-way stretch navy blue. Again, 2 panels to make things nice and even. You want to separate your panels. I'm going to repeat myself from the other video just because sometimes people find my video as the first time and they complain that I'm not explaining well, because I always assume that the same people watching are the same, it's the same people watching. Now you want to measure, make sure that you have your midpoint. I'm excited here because I don't have to make adjustments. I have the panels right in the middle. All I have to do now is just make sure that the drapes are even, and it did not take much at all. So that's our first layer set. Then we have our valance hangers that we're putting on right now to put our second layer for our backdrop. The second layer will have a little bit more pink than the back layer, but I keep checking my phone to see the picture of the design because they sent me their inspo picture of what they want the design to look like, and so you'll see me refer back to my phone every now and then. So now we're going to put this pink crushed fabric. It's in a rose gold, or what's the other color? Rose gold or pink fabric. I can't remember what it's called. The rose gold blush. There we go. Rose gold blush. So I'm putting 1 panel of the rose gold, aligning it to that back panel so that it is even as well. We're going to put 1 in the middle, then a blue, and then 2 of the pink. So as you can see, I'm repeating the same thing on the opposite side after I made sure that the panels on the right are aligned. So we're putting 2 of the rose gold on the ends, 1 blue, and then 1 each of the pink in the middle. So once we're done with this, then we can separate everything out, make sure our pleats are nice and even and everything is aligned. This is a crucial step when you're designing drapes, because at the end when you
decide to straighten everything out, you want to make sure they're all straight. I'm measuring the blue because I know if the blue is even, since I already have my center point, then the whole backdrop is going to be even. Now we need some pole covers or shoulder caps, as I call them. So you take your panel, find your where it's sewn, and you're just going to fold it between your hands until you get to the very end. Then you use one pipe cleaner through and twist to hold it in place, and that is how you make your shoulder cap. Just put it on top. Another option, if you feel like it will fall, which it never has for me, is to just loop it through the top of your upright, and then you know that it's not going anywhere. But it's easy. You just use your thumb, roll the fabric in between your other fingers till you get to the very end, slide your pipe cleaner through and twist 3 times or so. Then you have your cover. So we're just going to put these on the ends. Once this is done, we can now raise our backdrop to the desired height. I love my upright because it is etched, so it helps me see all the numbers. If I want to raise it to a certain point, the numbers are on the uprights. As I'm raising it up, the numbers go up, so it makes it a lot easier, and I don't have to eyeball the backdrop. My father-in-law is vacuuming the hall. The kids are still playing, fighting for the blanket, running around. It's getting late, but we have to get all this done before tomorrow. Now I'm straightening out all the fabric. I'm going towards the back to see if I can fold that silver and navy blue that we put in the back and just get all the fabric straightened out and out of the way so that we can start designing the backdrop. Now you need your pipe cleaners close by. Checking the design again. This time I'm going higher with my fold. So first you see me fold with the width of my fingers or the length of my fingers. Then I change my mind because this fabric is a lot harder to pleat and a lot harder to form. It doesn't work as well as the 4-way stretch fabric. So I designed smaller pleats in between my fingers so that it gives it a more dense effect. Same thing with this. I'm alternating, so I'm picking that middle fabric. I have, remember we put 2 of the pink on the end, then a blue and a pink. So then I have my first pink and the 4th fabric, which is the middle pink. I have that connected on the left side. Again, the pleats are a lot smaller because I want to see those folds better. If it was my 4-way stretch fabric, I would design bigger pleats within my fingers, and that wouldn't be a problem because that fabric folds very easily. But with this thicker fabric, thicker and less stretchy fabric, you want to create smaller pleats in between your hands. Now I'm loosening up that bottom part just so that it drops it a little bit more. I said I was going higher on the where I'm tying because I want the design to show when I put the cake table in front of it. So that's why we're going a little bit higher. I have double pipe cleaners here. You can see the end of the pipe cleaner sticking out just so I can use that same pipe cleaner to secure this second drape. We're pretty much repeating the same thing on that right side. Folding smaller pleats in my hand, making sure that towards the end I have a little more fabric loose for it to drop, and you can see how even it turns out to be. So that's the first part of the backdrop. Next we are going to check, make sure everything is nice and even, and now we're going to fold the middle. So because you're trying to connect those 2 rose gold fabrics, you want to stand right in the middle of where you want them to connect. If you stand more to the right or the left, it's not going to be centered. Right now I'm just tucking all that fabric. Now that I can see my back layer, I'm just making sure it's even. But then you stand right in the middle. See where from my head up, it's right in the middle. So that's where I want to fold. Then turn to the opposite side, hold it in that same spot, and you're going to fold the other fabric there, same method, but you want to keep your hand where exactly you're going to tie, otherwise they're not going to be even. So once you're done, then you can secure it in place. And I realize at this point, once everything is in the middle, that I don't have my pipe cleaner. So make sure you have your pipe cleaners with you whenever you're doing this, because if you're doing it by yourself, you would have to repeat the whole thing. You'd have to let it go and repeat it. So I'm asking my father-in-law to hand me the pipe cleaner, which he did. Thank you. Now we have that. You can see how it's centered now because we stood right in the middle. I'm tucking all that in. Then I'm grabbing the pipe cleaners to continue my design. So in the picture, the two blue fabrics that you see at the front there were tied above that pink, and I didn't really like how it looked. So I decided to tie it on the bottom. So I'm just gathering it in my hand and tying it at the bottom of the pole. Now again, when you're trying to tie, use your hand to pleat. You want to make sure that you hold the fabric where you're going to tie it. So you can see where I align it to where I'm going to tie. Then I raise it up and then pleat it from where I'm holding. So that right hand stays in place and the rest pleats to the right hand. That's how you want to fold your fabric. And you can see that one is a little bit wider. When you tie, always tie a little loose so that you have room to pull or release fabric, so you don't make it too tight. And I made it in such a way that I can still see where the two rose gold connect below that blue crisscross fabric right there. Now I'm adding my silver ties. I'm gonna add in the middle and then I'm gonna add on both sides. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. These are the type of videos we present to you. Lots of tutorials on balloons, decor in general. If there's something you're interested in seeing, let us know and we will work on that. It's all hands on. My family helps out. That was my husband. So if you're first time tuning in, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. I'll show you a picture here shortly of how they designed it with their cake. This is the first time I'm using it. I'm setting my temperature. Once you set the temperature, it keeps that temperature every time you plug it in. So I tried this. It ended up being pretty hot, but I did find my happy spot. But I love this mug also because you can change if you prefer Fahrenheit. You can use Fahrenheit. If you prefer Celsius, you can use Celsius. And it stays at that set temperature. Okay, I just wanted to get on here to finalize our coffee mug, the ceramic coffee mug. So I've been carrying this thing around with me everywhere. I brought it from work and I'm at home now. And I was gonna make a cup of tea because I have a couple of editing things to do. And I decided this would be great to just plug it by my nightstand. My tea can stay hot while I'm editing or finishing what I need to do, read my Bible, read a book, whatever it is, on my nightstand. So the good thing is it's portable, so wherever I am I can use it, and I really like it. I found my happy temperature. If you buy it, let me know what your set temperature to drink at because it can get hot. I had it at 130 and I ended up finding that 128 was a happy place because it stays at that exact temperature the whole time. So I'm gonna make my cup of tea. I actually washed the cup, or my mom washed it for me. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea. We just came from an event from offloading. It's late, but a good cup of peppermint tea would be good while I post whatever video for the morning. So again, go check it out. Oh yeah, the discount code. How can I forget that? So if you're interested in getting the discount code, I believe if it's 15%, then send me a message on my DM me, right? On Instagram. This social media thing is. So send me a DM on Instagram and I'll send you a code. You can either do that, or if you're not on Instagram, go on sodocreations.com and go to contact and send me the information there. I believe it's limited. They're gonna send me a limited amount of codes. I think it's 30. So the first 30 people who email me are who are gonna get a code for it. So if you don't get a response back, that's because the codes are done, and I can announce that here on Facebook that okay, no more codes available. I'll see if I can ask them for more, but let's see how it goes. Let's see if even 30 of you would like to buy this. So thank you so much again. Appreciate all of you guys. Stay tuned for the next video, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it when I post it. Have a blessed day.